Hey everybody. Well, I know you guys are going to be really excited to see Sun Studio for yourself through my camera lens. So we're going to let some people come on before I do anything. Hope everybody's having a great night. And if you're watching this after the fact, welcome. It's a little chilly here in Memphis. I hope everybody's having a very wonderful night. Sorry if it's a little loud. Where Sun Studios actually sits, there is a lot of traffic going by. So I hope you can hear me okay. Before I show you the actual building, I'm sitting right outside the window. There's the infamous sign. I'll turn it around here in a minute. I want to give you guys a little brief history. I apologize, something got in my eye right as I went live. Okay, so almost everybody knows the story of how Elvis came here and got started. And I think it's really cool for a lot of the new fans to, hey Debbie, hey with grandbaby Ellie, hello. We've got new generations of fans just like your grandbaby that are learning about Elvis. So I think it's really cool to do this and share some information about it. And I was online today kind of looking up some stuff about Elvis and him coming here. And I want to read something for you guys. I've never really read all the way through this. I like the description. This was from an interview that I found online. And we all know Elvis as a very handsome man, very confident man. And I love the description of him as he came in for the very first time. And I wanted to read that for you guys. Elvis Presley came into the studio on Saturday, June 26, 1954. He was 19 years old, a good-looking boy with acne on his neck, long sideburns, and long greasy hair combed into a ducktail that he had to keep patting down. But what struck Sam most was his quality of genuine humility. Humility mixed with intense determination. He was innately, Sam thought, one of the most introverted people who had ever come into the studio. But for that reason, one of the bravest too. He reminded Sam of many of the great early blues singers who had come into the studio. His insecurity was so marked that, like that of a black person back in the day, who didn't have a lot of confidence. And I think that's saying a lot about Elvis and his upbringing and about the times that he grew up in and the kind of people he was around when he grew up. So, such a humble beginning compared to the Elvis that we all know and love and the memory and the legacy that we continue forward now. So I know y'all are sick of seeing me, so why don't I turn it around so you can see Sun Studios for yourself? What do you think? Well, there is the infamous window sign. They've got it all decked out for Christmas still. And when you look up there, you see the big guitar. We've got Sam Phillips Avenue. As you can see, like I said, I'm on a very busy street. That's Union Avenue. This is kind of hard to see at night, I apologize. This is a really cool, it says Memphis Recording Service Sun Records has been designated a National Historic Landmark. This site possesses national significance in commemorating the history of the United States of America. And this was done in 2003 by the National Park Service, United States Department of the Interior. Now this door, I'm gonna pan up. I want to show y'all something. This is actually the studio door. Okay, you can't come in here. It's locked. This is not where everybody comes in. But you see Elvis up there? I'm not tall enough to show you everything. But there's the famous window sign. And that's probably more than likely the door that Elvis would have come in there. Hey Heather, I'm doing great. How are you? I'll show you more in a second. We've got some fans here that are taking pictures. Hey Brenda. So this, I'll show you that in a second. I'm going to get out of the way so they can finish taking their pictures. This is it. It's very small. This is off to the side. I mean, this is a very, very small place. A lot of people, if they've never been here before, are kind of surprised, actually, to see how small it is. Nancy, is it cold or hot? Let me turn this around so you can see me. Maybe that will answer your question. It is cold tonight. It's not near as cold as the night I went to Levitt Shell, but I'm prepared. I actually have on my cold gear, so I'm warm. I'm toasty at the moment, but it is chilly. Let me turn it back around so you guys can see this. So we have fans out here taking pictures, so I'm getting out of their way. It's not that cold. It's not snowing here. There it is. This is the actual main building, and I'll go up to the store when they're done taking pictures and show you guys more. We'll go down here for a second. And here, let's look at this. In the early 1950s, Sun Records was a small recording studio located here at 706 Union, owned and operated by Sam C. Phillips. Sun Records became nationally known for giving many local area artists, both black and white, their start in the recording industry. These included Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Roy Orbison, Carl Perkins, Charlie Rich, B.B. King, Rufus Thomas, Howlin' Wolf, and many others. Imagine walking up right here and walking in. Here's the front office. Let me see if I can find a... That's where the receptionist sat. Sorry if it's blurry. Hi, Trina. Look at all the pictures on the walls. Trying to get as close as I can, you guys. Sorry if it's blocked. There's a picture up there. Let me see if I can. There we go. Oh, well, who's that right there? Y'all see Elvis? But this is the front room where people would walk in and pay their money to record. And right through that window right there, that window is the studio. And that's where everybody records. There's a big wreath right here, so it's hard for me to get a great shot, sorry. But there's, if you look straight back, let me see if I can get, there we go. There's the recording studio where Elvis recorded. See the upright bases? That is where it happened. I see a cymbal. I see drums. Y'all see that? It's hard for me to get a really good shot. I'm sorry, you guys. The door is open into there. This is a very active studio still. People still come in here and record. You might have heard of a little band, a little group called U2. They recorded here. Bruno Mars has recorded here. Yours truly has recorded here. Yes, I have recorded a song here. It is very intimidating to stand where Elvis stood and to sing. And this is still open. People are still in here. Actually, this is the employees. But this is the little shop. You can see everything in here. Let's see if I can get them. They're so used to fans. They are so used to people coming up and taking pictures. There's that. Look at the snowman. Hi, Alexis. I see that. I see you. One of the true legends that is still alive, Jerry Lee Lewis. is going to be performing here, not here, but down on Bill Street on New Year's Eve. And he's playing with Jason James. Jason is amazing, just as good as you can get these days. He is awesome. Yes, Debbie, I have. I've recorded a song there. I did an Elvis song, as a matter of fact. You can see people sit here and they come up. It's Marshall Avenue. I'll show y'all the side of this building. They're used to seeing all this. This is the shop. So they are closed, but you can come in here. If you ever come to Memphis, you can come in and you can shop and buy stuff. It says the legendary Sensu. I'm sorry, you guys. There you go. Can you see that? See if I can get the big guitar. It's massive. It has strings on it. I think it's really cool. And then the lights are off, but here you go. You might recognize that picture. Have y'all seen the other photo of this where his date was actually sitting on the piano? Elvis's date that came in with him that day. She's sitting, like you've got everybody sitting here right here, and so she's off over here, the piano's down here, and she's sitting on the piano. There's much more. The parking is back there. Of course, everybody's pretty much gone now. Oh, here you go. It's dark, but I'll see if I can get this to show. I'll promise you guys, I'll come back down here during the day. But these are big, these are bigger than me, posters of Elvis. And up there at the very top, it says Sun Studio. Parking in the rear. Here you go. There's a bigger one up there you can see from the road. I'm sure that our lovely team that works behind the scenes at TCB Radio will be happy to add some facts. I know they will, because they always fill in the gaps that I leave, and do a blog about Sun Studio. Hey, Jeremy. So I think it's really cool that everybody comes and puts their stickers on this pole for their acts, their bands, and yours truly will have one on there in the next several months. I'm going to come add mine to it just to have it on here, because this is really cool. This is really, really awesome to do that. Here, I'm going to stand underneath this so that you guys can see how big it is. I mean, it really doesn't do it justice to see this on video. I don't know how tall it is, but I'm sure there's some facts out there somewhere that tell it. But, I mean, they have literally not left any detail off of this massive guitar. Not one detail. Like I said, it's fully strung. It goes way up in the air. It's on the second story. And then, look, I can't hold it high enough, but you can see that there are people looking out the window. This is it. This is Sun. Let's come down here. I smell pizza. There is a Domino's across the street. Oh, are they? Get y'all another look in here. Now, this is the cafe. Here's a fun little fact. When I first moved here almost 17, 18 years ago, I used to come here every Sunday and I would have breakfast. They had a full kitchen at the time when I first moved here. And that's when I recorded. That's as tall as I am. I'm sorry, I can't get over that big blacked out part. I think it's really cool that across right here, let me get in. There's a big Elvis Lives billboard over the Domino's. Can you imagine? Let's do this. Let me show y'all something. Let me turn it around for a minute. Maybe. There I am. Okay. It's behind me. Can you imagine being Elvis and being over here working, doing your job, and then I'm gonna turn this around so you can walk it with me. But seeing Sun Studio back in the day, back in 53, 54, getting the nerve up, getting your money together, and thinking, okay, I'm gonna make this walk. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna go to Sun Studio. I'm gonna walk in this door. It's a brand new studio. I've heard he will take me in and record. He'll take anybody. And then coming up here to this door and walking in and grabbing that handle and opening the door and walking up to that desk and saying, yes ma'am, I would like to record a song. How cool would that be? And then to go right in there into that room right there and do it. Now, if you look straight through, I'm sorry I can't get a better shot. If you look straight through there, you can see the other window, and that's where the control room is, and that's where they sit and do everything, all the fun stuff behind the scenes. There you go. There you go. That's a much better shot. And that's where they do everything. And over here, let's see. Well, I can't get all the way in there, sorry you guys. When you come here and take the tour, what's really cool, when you take the tour, they tell you a lot of things that you might not have heard. And actually, when you're here, you go upstairs. You go in all the way down on the corner and in through the cafe. You buy your ticket there at the front door. And then you wait around because the tours are at certain times. So you can shop, you can look around. There's a little back room where they've got albums you can buy and CDs and all kinds of merchandise, of course, all kinds of t-shirts and stuff. Then they take you in, they call you in, and you go upstairs. You go up, and they've got a lot of really cool historic things up there. And not just Elvis related, but a lot of musicians that came here, plus the actual, I think it's the actual room where Dewey Phillips did his stuff. They brought it here when Elvis's albums started getting played, and George Klein and all that. I mean, it's just amazing. It's been over a year since I've been in there and done the tour. It's only $12 to do the tour. It is very inexpensive, very reasonable. So I highly recommend that if you come here to Sun Studio, or come to Memphis, that you come over here to Sun Studio and definitely take the tour. They will let you actually take a picture with the microphone. If you go through my Facebook page and dig far enough, you'll see pictures of me with it. I'm all but eating it. And, oh, hey, wait a minute. Let's see. Nope. I thought I might be able to get a better shot. Anyway, it's well worth your time and effort. I know when you stay at the guest house, they have shuttles that will bring you over here, and so it is well worth it to come over here and do that. From where I'm at, to give you a perspective of everything. So here's Sun Studio, touching it. Straight back that way is downtown. And that way, which doesn't help y'all at all, is Graceland. I know that does not give y'all any sense of anything, but it kind of is fun to know. Here we go. There you go, Sun. It's backwards, but it's right in front of it. So how cool is that? So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little trip to Sun Studio. I promise you that I'll come back during the day It's just been really hard with my schedule lately to do a live video during the day. I am going to go back to Graceland before they take all the Christmas lights down, and I will do another video so that you guys can see the gates again and see the house and see everything as it's still lit up for Christmas. I know you guys will enjoy that. I'm very excited because my car is still here and I don't have a parking ticket. I just decided to make myself at home right up next to the studio, to the radiator place. So, hey, this is Kimber on behalf of TCB Radio, wishing all of you a very good night. Thanks for joining me as we came over here and walked in Memphis to Sun Studio. See y'all later.